On one island, 66 million years ago, the giants got smaller. Dinosaurs shrank to the size of ponies. And one hunter grew tall enough to look a grown adult in the eye and swallow those ponies whole. It wasn't a dinosaur. That's the mystery. Islands are supposed to shrink their monsters, cut a population off from the mainland, ration the food, and evolution files down the giants. It happened here to everything. Dwarf sauropods no bigger than horses, dwarf duckbills, a whole world in miniature. So the rule is simple. On an island, the big predators disappear first. They need too much meat. And yet, the apex hunter of this island was one of the largest flying animals that has ever existed. The rule didn't just bend here, it broke. How? The answer starts with a Transylvanian baron. A century ago, Franz Nopcsa walked the Hațeg basin and realized its little dinosaurs weren't young. They were dwarfs, shaped by island life. He'd found a lost world. He just didn't know what ruled it. Decades later, the same rock gave up a piece of that ruler. A skull fragment and an arm bone so massive it earned a name of its own. Hatzegopteryx, the Hațeg wing. The bone was thick, spongy, reinforced, built to take punishment. But punishment from what? The giant makes sense once you meet its family. Hatzegopteryx belonged to the azhdarchids, pterosaurs built on a strange blueprint. Wings that folded into stilts. A body the weight of a person, carried on limbs that let it stalk the ground like a stalk the size of a giraffe. You've seen the small version of this hunt in your own backyard. A heron freezing over shallow water, then striking. Now scale that instinct up until the heron stands taller than a horse and hunts on dry land. Across the Late Cretaceous, most pterosaur lines were thinning as birds took the skies. The azhdarchids did the opposite. They got bigger. And on one isolated island, one of them was about to inherit a throne no one else could reach. Here's where most tellings go wrong. They fixate on the wingspan. I think the wingspan is the least important bone in the body. The real evidence is the neck. Every other giant azhdarchid had a neck like a fishing rod, long, slender, delicate. Mark Witton and Naish took a hard look at Hatzegopteryx's neck bones and found something else entirely. Short, thick, reinforced with internal struts like the frame of a bridge. A long, thin neck is for daintily plucking small prey from the water. A short, armored neck is for something far less gentle. It meant this animal wasn't fishing. It was built to grab things that fought back and win. So why here? Why did evolution build a killer like this on one small island? Because the island had a vacancy. On the mainland, giant meat-eating dinosaurs owned the top of the food chain. On Hațeg, there were none. No tyrannosaur, no big theropod of any kind. The third time on this channel, we've watched an isolated world hand its crown to an outsider. Picture standing on that shoreline at dawn. The tallest thing moving toward you through the ferns isn't a dinosaur at all. It's a wing, folded into a body, walking, and it has already decided what you are. Food. This was the answer the island had been building toward. A wingspan estimated at 10 to 12 meters, as wide as a small plane. Standing, its head rose some 3 meters, level with a giraffe's. And that reinforced skull could have run beyond 2.5 meters, long enough to swallow a dwarf dinosaur the way a heron swallows a fish. It didn't need to fly to hunt. It walked the island down. It stalked the dwarf sauropods, the little duckbills, anything it could fit inside those jaws. For a few million years, on this scrap of Cretaceous land, the most dangerous animal alive was not a dinosaur. It was a pterosaur, that had learned to walk like a... And then the island's story simply stops. 66 million years ago, the asteroid fell, and the reign of the pterosaurs ended with the dinosaurs they had outlasted. But Hatzegopteryx was already a specialist with nowhere else to go, a giant tuned to one small world, and that world was gone. No descendants survived. Nothing like it ever evolved again. What we have is heartbreakingly little. A shattered skull, a few great bones, an animal reconstructed almost from imagination. We crowned it king of an island, and we still can't answer the simplest question about it. Every fragment we pull from the Hațeg rock rewrites what we thought a pterosaur could be. Follow along as we dig up the next one. New, lost worlds, and the impossible things that ruled them. 2 every week. Could a 10-meter animal that hunted on foot even still fly? We honestly don't know. The island dragon kept its greatest secret and took it into the rock.